the doctors. And we're so happy to be joined by Dr. Travis Stork. He joins us live with a preview of what's ahead. Good morning, doctor. How are you?
Good morning, sir. Doing great.
You know, I want to jump right into this because one of the first things you're talking about is coming up today. It's the comedian Ant. And it's kind of one of those, a common situation, I feel like you're replacing one addiction for another. Is that what's happening with him?
You know, unfortunately, he dealt with heroin addiction, was able to overcome it, which is a great story, but he is now dealing with food addiction. And Ann on the show today actually acknowledges that food addiction has been more difficult to overcome than drug addiction. And one of the reasons why, you don't need drugs or alcohol to survive, but you do need food. And I'll tell you, this is a more common problem than people realize, and that's why I love that Ant, as a comedian, came forward on the show today and acknowledges, look, I may make people laugh for a living, but this is no laughing matter.
Wow. And he's going to be able to share a lot of that. And I have the suspicion, and I think you know this as well, doctor, that a lot of people are going to understand what he's talking about, especially with the food addiction part of that. Because I feel like that affects a lot of us in different ways.
Well, and Ken, we live in a unique time in that, you know, we often forget that there are food scientists out there who design foods, processed foods, to be addictive. And so in many ways, you could argue if that's your drug of choice, not only is it all around us, not only is it legal, but it is designed to be perfect. In other words, to tantalize you, to make you want more, to be addicted to it. And so it takes, you know, a lot of times it's not just willpower. And I think that's why Ant's story is so salient to a lot of people. And I'll tell you what, anyone out there who may watch the show and realize they may be dealing with this, you need to realize that there are levels of food addiction, but at some point it becomes a true eating disorder.
Dr. Travis, it's springtime, and a lot of folks are going to be getting outside, trying to do things. Allergies are kicking up, and of course, a part of your book talking about lose your belly diet is maybe going to help some folks this time of year. What can they do to kind of get outside and shake things up?
Well, there's two parts of it. So first of all, Kim, when I started coming out to California to tape the docters, I found out that I'm allergic to all the grasses in California.
Oh, yes. Me too, sir. Me too.
So I had to go see an allergist to figure it out. But interestingly, you know, I talk about this in my book. Not only do people who have more diverse gut bacteria tend to be leaner, but in the book I talk about people who grow up playing in the dirt, kids who live on farms, less likely to develop allergies. In one study of Amish farmers in Indiana, the kids had a 7% rate of allergies as opposed to 44% of kids who didn't grow up in that environment. So during the spring, I tell people, look, if you have allergies, obviously you got to make sure you take care of them. But teaching your kids how to garden, go ahead and get out there, plant some herbs, because not only can it be good to get in the soil, but also so many great things this time of year that we can grow that are good for our health.
And we talk about people like to diet this time of year because you're trying to get that summer body ready. Should have started that back in December. But folks are starting it right now anyway. But they often go back and forth. They yo-yo on their diet. It happens to everyone. Why does this happen?
Well, it's quite frankly because people often go for the fad instead of things that are going to work for the rest of your life. So another reason I wrote my last book is because, for instance, if people started doing one thing and nothing else, if they increase their fiber intake, it does two things. Number one, you feel full longer. Number two, it actually does feed that good gut bacteria. And those gut bacteria, lean people have 70% more gut bacteria. So increase fiber. Get rid of the white breads and pastas. If you do nothing else, replace that with whole grains, and you're going to increase your fiber intake. And last but not least, it's spring, which means vegetables and fruits. They're out there, and go ahead and increase your uptake of those because they're loaded with healthy fiber.
Another month of great shows on The Doctors. You can watch it right here, weekdays at 1 o'clock on CW 31. Dr. Travis Stork, always great to talk to you, man. Have a fantastic day.
Thanks. Hey, you too. Take care.
You got it. Time now is 7:21 here on this Tuesday.